Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rabbi.
This week's Parsha is Vayechi. This is the end of the life of Yaakov, and he blesses his children, two of his grandchildren, gives them some chizuk, some words of inspiration, to be able to have the strength and energy and insight to be able to go through the times of golus, of exile, and to eventually get out. So it says that when he gathered his children, Bikesh legales esaketz levanov. Rashi says that Yaakov wanted to shear the due date, the time when Moshiach is going to come. And then it kind of slipped away. Hashem didn't allow him to do that. So the Malbim, one of the great commentaries, lived in the 1800s, born like 1807, passed away like 1890 something or 1880. So the Malbim, in his commentary on the book of Daniel, he shears a kates, a date, a due date based on the verses in Daniel, and he says exactly the kates, the end of time when Mashiach is coming is this and this date, this and this time, this and this date, this and this year. When this came out, it went like wildfire. And people were very, some great rabbis at that time were a little disappointed. Why? Not because of the date, not because of the time, but how can you do that? It's something that Yaakov tried to do and it didn't work. You know, Hashem didn't let him. And here you're coming to say a kates. We don't really say kates. We don't say a date because that's something we believe in, and whenever it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So he explained what his justification is. He says like this. It does say in the Gemara in Sanhedrin that tipach ruchan shamachash v'kitzin, let the spirit of a person that says a ketz leave him. Like basically he should pass away. So how can he say that? How can he be the one to say something that in a sense kitzin were not really given? So he said, I'll give you a parable. There was once a soicher, a merchant from Poland that went to Leipzig. Leipzig was the big town. That was where all the business deals were made. And he took his son with him, young kid. And it took, a couple of days, maybe longer. So he sat down in the wagon, and they're on the way. And after a number of minutes, the son asks his father, Did we get to Leipzig yet? Are we close? His father looks at him. What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? What type of question is this? What type of foolish question is this? How can you ask that we were close? We just started the trip. I mean, it's not even shaykh. Like, what are you asking? When we get there. Okay. A couple days passed, and they went from one place to the other place till finally they're back on the road. And at a certain point, the father asks the wagon driver, tell me, are we close to Leipzig? So the son's like, I don't understand. He tells his father, when I asked you the question, you told me I'm foolish. What type of mishagas is this? What type of question is this? I should be quiet. When we get there. And you just asked the same question. And all of a sudden, it's not a foolish question. Can you explain me? Father says, of course. Right when you get into the trip, you don't ask a question because you didn't even start. You didn't even get out to the road yet. You didn't even do any miles yet. What are you talking about? But when you're close to the end of the trip and it's any minute, so asking about that actually gives the person the inspiration to know that it's coming, that he's getting there. Same thing he says with Golus. Yes, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, to ask that question was, or to make a statement like that would be not an inspiration, but the opposite, because they'll say, it's so far away. But today, that we're getting so close, that any minute Mashiach is coming, it's a beautiful question. It's a ketz, means you're living with Mashiach, means you're anticipating, and it makes sense to you that whatever you're seeing, you're trying to justify how it's this year. So this is something that, in a sense, that today, this was the 1800s. Now we're in the 20th century, right? Now it's already 200 years later. Allah has come more so that it says so many things that the Medrash says, and the other places that the Navi, that things were said. We see it actually playing out today. There are many different things, to the point that the Rebbe said Higiyas mangulaschem. This is a time ready to Mashiach. We're ready one step into Mashiach. So Hashem Shalom, we should be inspired to understand that what Yaakov was trying to anticipate, to share with his children, we are there. We're at the end of the road right now. We're getting to the destination. May we hold on and try to do whatever we can to be able to make it 1 second sooner. B'karav mamish. Amen.
Amen.